Right now at 10, the latest on the man charged in yesterday's La Crosse shooting and the aftermath of several tornadoes across Wisconsin, plus lawmakers touring the damage of the Minnesota wildfires.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. His sentencing is scheduled for August 8th. Authorities are asking for information in a La Crosse shooting. It happened yesterday on the 900 block of 5th Avenue. Police say one person was hurt but should be okay. 28-year-old Deontay Booth has been identified as a person of interest. This is his mugshot from March. If you know about his whereabouts, you're asked to call La Crosse Crime Stoppers. A legal defense fund has been set up to fund legal fees for Judge Hannah Dugan. She's accused of helping an undocumented man evade ICE agents and an arrest. The state Supreme Court suspended Dugan following her arrest. Her trial starts next month. Severe storms and tornadoes left a trail of debris and destruction across portions of the Midwest. More than 400,000 homes and businesses in the region were without power Friday. Several tornadoes touched down in central Wisconsin, but no major injuries were reported. Dodge County took a big hit, prompting a state of emergency in the city of Mayville.
My ears popped. I kind of like it sucked the air out of the room. We saw a branch come down by the window there. Still kind of in shock.
Next door in Michigan, the National Weather Service is surveying damage to determine if any tornadoes rolled through. A school bus ride to remember for young ones in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Zach Hanula is the 6th grader that took the video of a tornado yesterday. It was posted to Facebook by another student's parent and now shared by many.
Ever seen anything like that before?
No, only in movies.
Hanula says there were 2 buses filled with nearly 30 students each, packed in at one driver's home for shelter. Everyone made it out safe. Well, it's been a wild past few days with the weather, but we are going to be calming down a little bit, but getting cooler, Greg.
Yeah, definitely for the weekend, it's going to be the cold conditions. I wouldn't say cold, but even chilly and below average probably for the next week and a half too. Could go through Memorial Day, but we'll have to see how that changes. But for tonight, we're having a little bit of light rain, showers coming through the area, holding into the 50s. The rain tonight will be very light, but it's still out there. There's your 3 tornado tracks so far. The one to the far south was the EF0, the one in the middle there was an EF1, and the far right one up towards Unity, that is the EF2. Mayville one that you just mentioned in the newscast, it was an EF2 also, and there's a lot more severe weather going on. That as we kind of zoom out the area, we'll see this in a second here. There's your circulation. The low up to the north is beginning to push east. We do have showers moving through, but they're very light. But still, you're going to see that along with breezy conditions. They had severe weather going on eastern Wisconsin once again, and a lot more going into the Ohio River all the way down into the Kentucky area. A lot more tornado reports, hail, and everything else. Day 2 of this event here as it continues to push east. Overnight, we'll see temperatures getting back into the 40s. That light rain will be on and off. Breezy conditions, all in all. Should be dry to start off the day, but look at the winds picking up also from 15 to 20, but those temperatures only 53 at noon too for La Crosse. Similar story for Eau Claire, only 51 by noon too. So that wind will make it probably feel more like in the 40s. So it's definitely not going to feel like May. It's actually going to, with these temperatures, feel more like early April. So we'll break down what the rest of the weekend has and our next rain chance coming next week too, a bit later.
You can feel it already. I had to get a sweater at dinner tonight.
It's going to feel definitely compared to what we had last week, 80s down to the 50s. Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can feel it.
All right. Thanks, Greg. The Salvation Army and Hunger Task Force distributed food in La Crosse this afternoon. Families in need of food assistance were invited to pick up from 3 to 4:30 p.m. They had everything from meat, canned goods, frozen food, and more.
People are really grateful. I know that they just need maybe that extra little bit of help, and this food distribution does that for them. A box of canned goods, and then also some perishable items. Dairy items. It's really good, healthy food, and I think people are grateful.
These monthly food distributions take place on the 3rd Friday of each month. The Salvation Army hosted a party at Riverside Park this afternoon. It was an opportunity to celebrate and thank those who have served with the Salvation Army. Music and food were provided. A kickoff luncheon for the Westby Senten Mai brought polka, Norwegian culture, and good food together today. The Borgens Cafe hosted the kickoff for the 57th annual Westby gathering. In attendance were Westby city officials and the event's officials and royalty.
But we celebrate Senten Mai here because we have a very Norwegian town and a very Norwegian area. A lot of Norwegian immigrants came here because we have a very similar geography to Norway.
The full festival runs through Sunday with celebrations and events throughout Westby. La Crosse's Human Services Department hosted a brat barn today. They're grilling brats and hamburgers to raise funds for local kids in foster care and child protection. La Crosse County social worker Kevin Henry mentioned how this will help families in the area.
We can also help with child protection and help families drive across states sometimes, and gas money and gas cards, again, just to create more opportunities for kids and parents and families to be together, and we do everything we can to support that.
The event wrapped up at 6. Well, second graders at Spence Elementary got to show off their business skills at their school's market day. The vibrant marketplace, run entirely by second grade students, provided a powerful hands-on learning experience, letting students explore budgeting, pricing, customer service, and more. Past student booths have included lemonade stands, handmade crafts, and even a mini nail salon. Logan High School students took part in a history hunt today. They hit downtown to solve puzzles and chat up local business owners to uncover stories from the city's past.
Well, I think that we're all connected to the past. I know in my World War II unit, at the end, we have pictures of people that went to Logan that died during the war. And there are a lot of last names that are still last names of students that go to Logan.
This year's hunt wrapped up around 1:30. Well, did you see it today? Cops were on a Dunkin' Donuts rooftop for a good cause. They were raising money for the La Crosse area Special Olympics and Special Recreation. Officers hit the roofs at 431 Lang Drive and 1422 Losey Boulevard.
It helps support all the athletes, like getting to go to state and to all the tournaments for their sports they're all in.
Money will help pay for athletic events and resources. Local, state, and federal lawmakers are gathered in northeastern Minnesota today to assess some of the destruction caused by the Camp House wildfire raging in Brimson. Northern News Now's Madison Green joined the lawmakers to survey the damage.
This is just some of the damage from the Camp House fire in Brimson, Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz and U.S. senators surveyed today on their visit to northeastern Minnesota.
South end of the Camp House fire.
Federal, state, and local lawmakers visited northeastern Minnesota Friday to be debriefed on the management of the historic wildfires.
Tina and I have both spoken with the head of the USDA, which runs a lot of this. Brooke Rawlings is secretary, and she has pledged to help in any way. And I put her in touch with the sheriff when he needed aerial maps, and they appeared to send them personally.
On top of the federal support that Democratic Senators Tina Smith and Amy Klobuchar have pledged to the crisis,
Thank you.
Democratic Governor Tim Walz says the state plans to use its disaster contingency account.
And that account sets at $50 million a year to help for flooding, tornadoes, incidents like this. So just to reassure folks on this, it's hard, and we certainly know that it's going to be traumatic over the coming months, but the commitment to rebuilding is there.
Republican Congressman Pete Stauber also surveyed the damage on the southeastern fringe of Brimson, also confident the state will receive federal funds.
And I'm pushing to make sure that we get this funding right away. And the initial request came earlier this week, and FEMA's getting it out the door.
But as we continue to see the devastation, Stauber says he is proud of the community he serves, opening their doors to the neighbors in need.
I can walk into Hugo's there, and you see the people, whatever the firefighters need, whatever the law enforcement personnel need. Like, this is really important. I think that we share. When it comes to the human spirit, we have it.
A resilient community ready to rebuild. In Brimson, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
Still to come, how President Trump's budget bill just hit a major setback, plus how these inmates escaped a New Orleans jail when we come back.
You can really taste the hickory on this Arby's 6-hour smoked pulled pork. You know, I always thought your best quality was your flavor palette.
Well, you know, people think I'm funny, too.
Nah, it's your palate.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Kick off your summer right with big seasonal savings at Fleet Farm. Kingsford 16-pound 2-packs of charcoal briquettes are just $17.99. Suffolk's braided fishing line is only $7.99 a spool. And get a free $25 gift card with every $100 you spend on select Columbia apparel and footwear. For more of the hottest summer specials at the best prices guaranteed, stop by your local Fleet Farm or check out our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
They've ruined our economy. President Trump is fixing it. Trump's plan, middle-class tax cuts, job-creating tax cuts, tariffs that bring home American jobs, slashing waste, fraud, and abuse, increasing American energy production, bringing down prices. We're already seeing results. The cost of living's coming down. Inflation and gas prices at 4-year lows. Wages are up, and we're creating American jobs. Tell Congress this is a good deal for America. Support President Trump's plan to get our economy back on track.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Authorities are scrambling to find nearly a dozen inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail. They reportedly breached a wall behind a toilet and may have had help getting out. Officials discovered the inmates were missing during a routine head count. One inmate was found hiding under a car near a hotel. Authorities say the missing inmates should be considered armed and dangerous. Conservatives slammed the brakes on a major Republican tax bill backed by President Trump. The lawmakers so far are keeping it from advancing from the House Budget Committee for debate in the full House because they want even larger cuts in federal spending. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Chair, on the vote, there were 16 ayes and 21 noes.
5 Republicans joined Democrats Friday in dealing a setback to President Trump's massive budget package, failing to advance the bill out of the House Budget Committee. The bill's failure to advance stalls President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which runs more than 1,100 pages. Several Republicans briefly walked out of the proceedings to force a recess to buy time to negotiate.
All of us are very disappointed with the progress or lack of that was made. I'm done with smoke and mirrors. We got a math problem, pure and simple.
House Republicans will continue negotiations through the weekend with another committee vote planned for Sunday. House Speaker Mike Johnson is pushing for a full House vote by Memorial Day. The package extends income tax cuts that were approved during Trump's first term in 2017 and increases some tax breaks for middle-income earners, including no taxes on tips, overtime pay, and some auto loans. The measure also boosts spending for defense and border security by hundreds of billions of dollars. Democrats railed against the bill.
President Trump said, "I will rapidly drive prices down and we will make America affordable again." This bill will not. It makes healthcare more costly, food more inaccessible, and college more expensive. And all of this is to give tax breaks to their billionaire buddies like Elon Musk. On social media, President Trump urged Republicans to unite behind the bill, saying, quote, "The country will suffer greatly without this legislation," and claiming that taxes would rise 65%. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, a miracle in the mountains. A missing hiker was found alive after nearly 3 weeks in the California wilderness. 28-year-old Tiffany Slayton started hiking the Sierra Nevada mountains on Easter for what was originally a 3-day trip. But she got lost and at one point was hit by an avalanche, suffering injuries to both legs. Eventually, she stumbled onto a cabin in the middle of another snowstorm, and the owner found her only after snowplows cleared the road.
When I first came across it, it was a pristine Christmas tree and a tiny house, and it had markers like Santa's sleigh, and I could not understand. I actually thought I was losing my mind at that point, that I had somehow managed to make it to the North Pole.
She was found just hours before her 28th birthday. Well, we'll have more news ahead, but first,
First half of the month was above average. The second half, a lot of the temperature is going to be below average. We'll track out what the temperatures look this weekend and next week and how much rain we actually might get throughout the period. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem. Getting a new Jeep at Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends June 2nd. Go to Pischke.com. Pischke Motors West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the first half of the month with the warm temperatures if you like that, dry conditions, because the second half definitely is not going to be that warm, especially on temperature-wise, and we look to have more rain chances going into next week, too. So overall, for the weekend, cloudy and cool tomorrow. For Saturday, I think all the rain will stop in the morning. We still could see, maybe for areas north of I-94, could see a few sprinkles in the afternoon, but most areas will remain dry, just cloudy, breezy, and quite cold for this time of year. A little bit more sunshine Sunday, lighter winds, too. That's a better story if it's going there. And then clouds come back quickly in Monday, so the temperature actually will come back down Monday. And then we have a system that's going to be heading just to our south. The good news with heading into the south is we don't have any severe threat with it, but we're going to be on the north side of it, so that means rain and temperatures staying fairly cool for about the time frame, and that could extend all the way through Tuesday night into Wednesday too. So that seems to be our best chance for more widespread rainfall. As you wake up, here's the activity going on right now, really wrapping around this really deep surface low that's been sitting out there and spinning. So some showers will continue to go in. Once we get past about 3 to 4, I think most of the activity that's out there will push east. Will be mainly dry. You'll see a lot of clouds you see there overall. The winds will be there. In the afternoon, we might see a few areas, especially further southeast, that might see a temporary break in the clouds, but for most areas, it's just going to be cloud cover throughout the day. Gusts, we should see gusts potentially a little bit over 30 at times. Note that the higher elevations, ridge lines, more favored areas to see that will get the gusts. Otherwise, we'll see 25 to 30. These gusty winds will continue throughout the afternoon and probably won't start dropping off much until we get to the evening hours. There's your temperatures. Kind of hard to see 50s because there's a few days ago we were in the mid 60s for lows. These are going to be the highs. Low 50s further north. Some areas as you get further into northern Wisconsin may not even crack the 50-degree mark too with these northwest winds. So it's definitely going to feel more like early April. These are basically your temperatures you would see for early April for highs. Now going into Sunday, Sunday with a little bit clearing, we could see a few areas get actually into the 30s going. Sparta, Toma, those areas still saying 43, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some areas getting into the upper 30s. So a chilly start for Sunday. The better news for Sunday is for areas further south, more sunshine. That should get us our temperatures most areas into the 60s or at least close to it. So the better the 2 days for the weekend, and the winds will be more light. That's even the better news. Monday, cloud cover backs in as that system gets closer with the precipitation. The winds turn around to the east. We're back to about 60, so kind of a cool, cloudy start to the work week. And then Tuesday, continued with those cloudy conditions, so the temperatures will probably remain in the 50s to near 60 for highs as a series of systems come through. And this low really is going to stay to our south, so we're going to be kind of on the northern edge of it. And really that's going to mean further south you go, better opportunity for more widespread rainfall as you see through Tuesday. The main low then pushes off to the east, and then by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, the low lifts north and kind of pushes back a little bit, retrogrades back to the west as it really deepens to the east. And I think by Wednesday, definitely Thursday, we'll see a better shot to see at least some improvement in the weather conditions overall. But temperature-wise, not much of an improvement until really we get to the end of next week. And even 72 at that point is not average. We should be around 75, 76. And if you're looking for Memorial Day weekend, the one thing I am more confident that we will see average type temperatures with mid-70s.
Okay.
We're less confident on precipitation right now. We have another system approaching, so we'll nail that down as we get closer to it. But yeah, it's going to be chilly tomorrow. Really, for a lot of people, it's going to feel kind of cold.
Yep, get the sweaters out. Let's hope for the best next weekend. Okay, thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers and Twins renewing their border rivalry. Plus, the UWL baseball team looking to kick off regionals with a victory. Highlights and post-game reaction next with Jacob.
Uncover the truth about Wisconsin's logging industry. Dive in as we explore the myths, the risks, and the rewards of being a modern-day logger, a business that is surprisingly alive and well. Monday at 6 on News 8.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Ah, it's deer season.
Already? Nice knowing you. We gotta hide.
No, not that deer season. Deer season. It's that time of year when you can get $3,000 off at an authorized John Deere dealer.
A deer season that saves bucks?
That's right.
It's deer season, now through June 2nd.
Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
Wow, Forest Berry Fudge is amazing.
This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
Hey, Dominic here. We always get asked, what do you have for burgers? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4. All-purpose, beef and more, steak and game, and Lena's Ufta. First, you need ground beef, preferably from a local meat shop. Mix in 2 to 3 teaspoons of pleasing per pound, make into patties, and grill to your liking. All 4 of these will make great tasting burgers, and they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And buying local always tastes better.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the NCAA Division III baseball regionals are here, and once again, the UW La Crosse Eagles are hosting. UWL taking on Bethany Lutheran College for the first round of the double elimination tournament. Let's go to Copeland Park. Chase Osterhaus on the mound for the Eagles, and he was lights out. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, and some great defense right there. Line shot right back at him, but he makes the play for the tough out. And the Eagle offense, they would strike in the third inning. Man on first for Chris Vanden Heuvel. He gets that one down in left field. Calvin Hargrove is into third on the double. He would later score on this Mac Bourne sacrifice fly to give UWL the 1-0 lead. Then in the fourth, Eagles playing some small ball. Hargrove lays down the sacrifice bunt. That would advance the runners. And then a few batters later, bases are juiced for George Seaman, and with 2 strikes, he delivers a line shot into the gap in left. All 3 runners come around to score. UWL takes a 4-0 lead. Vikings would score 2, but with 2 outs in the ninth, it's Holman's own Caleb Maddle closing the door for the save as UWL gets the win 4-2 and are off on the right foot in their quest for a World Series.
It's a 1-0 mindset, and we've got this game behind us, and that's obviously the most important game is game 1, and we took care of business there. And now we've got 1 game to win, and this is the most important game, and we know that 1-0 can turn into 2-0, and the person or the team that's 2-0 in a tournament format like this is definitely in the driver's seat, and we have that opportunity, and we're gonna go for it and take advantage of that opportunity.
The Eagles will take on Claremont Mud Scripps tomorrow at 2:30, back at Copeland Park. All right, this was the scene at Logan today. You could say it was a bit windy. Game plan, get the ball in the air and watch it go. First inning, Ellie Gillitzer does just that. Good effort out in center, but it's 2-0. Bottom of the inning, Rangers get on the board. Play can't be made. Nora Keller's grounder, and Logan scores. But the next inning, Malia Tomesh increases the Central lead. That ball almost leaves the yard and makes it 4-1. Then it's Nora Holcup up, and she gives it a drive. It hits the wind stream, and this one will barely have enough to leave the yard. Southside prevails convincingly in the Crosstown Showdown. A good one on the baseball diamond. 18-3 Westby hosting 17-2 Seneca. Scoreless in the third, but here come the Royals. Briar Wall with a hard hit to third. Defense gets a glove on it, but a run comes in to score. Seneca jumps out in front. Later, how about the Seneca defense? Hard hit ball to right, but Jackson Konachek putting his body on the line and makes the play. Then in the fifth, Gage Wall hits the outside pitch to perfection. That gets down into right for the stand-up double to put runners at second and third. Next batter, Briar Wall again, another grounder to third. That one gets past the defense. 2 runs come in to score. Seneca makes it 16 straight wins, 3-0 the final there. And the Brewers looking to cool off the hottest team in baseball, the Twins. First inning, runners on the corners, and Ty France delivers with a base knock to right field. Minnesota goes up, and that was all that Joe Ryan and the Twins pitching staff needed for run support today. At one point, Ryan with 6 strikeouts in a row. The Brew Crew struck out 16 times total in the game. And then in the bottom of the ninth, 2 strikes on Jake Bowers. Cole Sands shuts the door, getting the punch out. Third time Milwaukee has been shut out in their last 4 games, and Minnesota makes it a dozen victories in a row.
Minnesota is on fire.
They are.
Basketball, baseball.
T-Wolves, Twins, and not much to show for the Dairyland State.
I guess my prediction of them winning 112 games.
It's not
or
looking
great.
It's not looking great right now. But that's good for the Twins. They're playing well. Brewers need to find some offense. That's really what's killing them right now. So 3-0, you got to find a way to get some runs in. So we'll see. You got the Brewer colors on today.
I know. I was just thinking that it didn't work. I'm sorry.
Muster runs like that. So.
Yeah, next time, guys. Okay, more news right after this.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $50 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find huge savings up to 60% off throughout the store. And don't forget, you can trade in your old furniture for savings on something new. Plus, we'll haul it away and deliver your new furniture free. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day sale going on now.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Big things are happening in neighborhoods all over Wisconsin where an all-new scratch game from the Wisconsin Lottery is making a splash. It is absolutely amazing. It's $2,000 loaded, a brand new $20 scratch game. It's a number match game with over 1,900 top prizes of $2,000 and over $7 million in total prizes. Now available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $50 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A California wildlife team is going to great and creative lengths to care for an orphaned black bear cub after attempts to reunite it with its mother failed. So team members are now using bear costumes to play a parental role and are even using stuffed animals in selling their simulated den. They're hoping these teddy bear tactics will allow them to minimize the human imprint during rehabilitation and keeping the cub as wild as possible before hopefully returning it to its natural habitat. The cutest little thing. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like 5 quarts of Citgo SuperGuard Full Synthetic Motor Oil, $15.99 after mail-in rebate. All Fram oil filters, 20% off for rewards members. And Rain-X and Trico wiper blades, buy one, get one half price. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find the best furniture in the area. And now, during our Memorial Day sale, the prices are better than ever. Only at Drury's will you find store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. You'll find incredible savings on furniture for every room in your home. From Daniels Amish, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and Stressless, all on sale. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. The Memorial Day sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
May is Better Hearing Month. Come in for your free, no-obligation hearing exam at the Better Hearing Center. It's always easier to get help sooner rather than later. You adapt easier when you're younger.
I think some of the big things people will say is, why did I wait so long? It was easy, and I'm really enjoying the things that I used to again. The family's happier, they're happier, and they're enjoying their life again. May is Better Hearing Month, so come in for your free hearing screening at Better Hearing Center.
All right, those are not low temperatures. Those are actually highs for tomorrow. In fact,
Yeah.
our low temperatures 2 days ago were in the 60s.
Woo.
So quite a change. And with that northwest wind tomorrow, it'll make it feel probably more in the upper 40s, low 50s. These temperatures are what you would expect for about the first couple days in April, too, not for May. So unfortunately, Sunday's a little better, but the next week really is cool. We have wet conditions coming back in Monday night through Wednesday, but 70s. Maybe by the end of next week. There was still a lot of questions going into Memorial Day weekend, and we'll keep you updated on that as we get closer.
Okay, May is keeping things interesting.
Might be a rough golf round for me tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great weekend.